Hello and welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be reviewing these MTP trousers. Now, they are issue trousers. These aren't actually my issue trousers. These are for civilian use. Hence why they're all creased and whatnot. But I'm just going to talk about them really quickly, obviously. Going to do a little review on them. So, let's fold the legs up slightly so I can pull them down without them. Right, so we'll start from the top, where at the top you've got this adjuster. You can bring it onto this button here, bring it over, and obviously if you are a thinner built person like myself, obviously you can tighten them so you don't need to wear a belt with them, which is great for PT and other things. But obviously if you require to wear your belt like normal duty, then obviously you would loosen them, put your belt on and whatnot. Now they have nice big belt loops because obviously our belts are quite big. This is one of our service belts, so obviously it's quite thick. And you have these quite large buckling things to do them up. But obviously we're not talking about the belts, we're talking about the trousers. So that was just to explain why I have such massive belt loops. You got one, in fact we're going to talk about the front first, so we won't talk about the back yet. So you've got the left pocket, standard kind of pocket, and in here you have a zip section. So you've got two pockets in one. That's ideal, I find, when either on exercise. Sorry, just put the phone down a second so I can do the zip back up. The zip pocket in that pocket is ideal, I find, for on exercise to put my phone in, so my phone doesn't fall out my pocket. Some exercises, obviously, are not ideal to take your phone with you because you get wet and obviously break your phone and whatnot. But if it's, I can't think of an example off the top of my head, but some exercises, obviously, you would be okay to keep your phone in your pocket. My phone's gone out of focus. For some weird reason. I apologise for that. For some reason it's not focusing. There we go. Right. So yeah, you have the standard pocket on the left with the zip section, which I say is ideal for the phone. You have another one on your right, but you don't have a zip section in there. You have a button fastener at the top, and obviously the crotch zip. Work our way down. We have a reinforced crotch area. Obviously, it's ideal because when you're crouching and stuff and crawling a lot of the time, the last thing you want is a hole in your trousers. Saying that, the trousers aren't very thin. They are windproof kind of trousers, so they are designed to stop you from getting cold. But the crotch is reinforced, so when you take a squatting position or crouch down and things like that, obviously you aren't going to rip them very easily. You then have two thigh pockets left and right, and these are done with buttons rather than Velcro because obviously if you're doing stuff like sort of behind enemy lines kind of thing, you are going to want to not be very noisy, so not using Velcro. Nice deep large pockets, and again button fastened. Another thing about the button fastening is it keeps the trousers nice and tidy, so I'll do this up quickly and put that down like that, and that's really neat and tidy. And when you iron these for duty, you obviously have creases down the front. You can see on these there's a slight crease down the front, but you do a nice big crease down the front. The pocket folds in half and you iron the trousers flat, and obviously then you do your creases in the front and whatnot. I'm not going to go too far into ironing things, I'm just going to talk about the trousers as in general, but I'm giving you a general idea. So obviously left pocket is the same as the right, I'm not going to put my hand in there. You come to the bottom of the leg and you have these so you can tie them up. And we actually, what we do is when we put our boots on, our combat boots or our barrack boots, depends what you're doing, which pair you have to use, you actually tie that and then you tuck them under, and it keeps them, A, it keeps your laces tidy so you don't get them snagged on things, and B, stops your trousers from rolling up when you're crawling, because there's nothing worse than crawling in the mud and then you realise your trousers come up past your ankle and you got all muddy, because obviously you're not going to be able to wash for, well, not wash properly for however long you're in the field. And then third, last but not least, it just keeps the trousers nice and tidy as well. Everything's uniformed, everything's the same, so it's all neat, so to speak. We're going to turn them over and look at the back, and again, obviously, you've got the large belt loops. You've got a nice big pocket on the rear. I've never used the back pocket for anything. I guess I just put it on there because, you know, the more pockets the better in my opinion, but the rear pocket is something I've never used. I've never used it for magazines, I've never used it for putting my map in or anything like that, because everywhere has a designated place. So I'm yet to use the rear pocket for anything. In fact, I have used it once. I've used it to put my wallet in, and that was it. But I've never used it on exercise. And then again, obviously, your pockets come right round the back. So when you've ironed your trousers flat, obviously you iron them flat before putting the creases in. Because what you do is you iron them flat, gives you a good nice crease down the pocket, and then you fold and iron your creases into the legs. Or vice versa, basically, you can do it either way. I normally iron them flat to get the pockets nice and creased, and then I fold the legs and put the creases in. And again, you can see on the back that crease that was ironed in here by whoever had them first. Because like I said, these are surplus ones. These are for civilian use. And they did have someone else's surname in, which I've obviously covered and put my own name in. Again, you can see obviously the reinforcing that's from the crotch comes all the way around the back, around the bum area, and obviously stops you from ripping them so easily. But like I said, they're not really a thin material as such, not as thin as like most civilian trousers. They are slightly thicker, and I've never. I was going to say I've never ripped a pair in the field. I have. I climbed over some barbed wire and I ripped sort of the inner thigh. But general wear and tear, I've never ripped a pair just through crawling or anything, any other activities. It was literally, I caught them on barbed wire as I was climbing over a barbed wire fence. So, yeah, that is all I'm going to say about these guys. These are the MTP windproof combat trousers. These are, I'm just reading the label for you, I'm not going to show you because I've got my name in and everything. So these are Trousers Combat Warm Weather MTP. So these are the warm weather ones, guys. These aren't the waterproof ones. However, I do have obviously my service pair. I have a warm weather and a windproof pair. Insect repellent treated, which probably not anymore because obviously these have been washed a few times. I washed them when I first got them, obviously, because they were surplus. I wore them and washed them again, so. And obviously it's got the size and obviously my name. I definitely recommend getting a pair of these if you do any recreational or outdoor activities. Fishing, hunting, anything like that, because they work really well in most locations and they are really comfortable, and I think it's just me, I'm probably being a bit biased, but I love MTP. These are lovely fitting. They are, like I say, really comfy, lovely fitting. Keep you quite warm. And I just think they're great trousers. The British, whoever make these clothes for, obviously British forces, do an amazing job. I don't know if it's actually a British company or anything. I've probably been told in the past, but we get overloaded with so much information I've obviously forgotten. So yeah, but I do recommend them. Obviously, I don't recommend being a Walter Mitty and doing stolen valor and dressing up as something you aren't. However, obviously I wear these. Obviously, I wear my trousers with my smock when I go for walks with my brothers. Not worn them both together yet, obviously, because I've not been for a walk since England's on lockdown. Not trying to be a Walter Mitty or anything, even though I'm serving anyway. But not trying to be something I'm not by wearing these at the same time when I go out. I don't wear them in public as such. It's kind of hard to explain over the internet kind of thing, because obviously you guys are going to think, oh, he wears them together as a Walter Mitty. No, I'm actually serving. But what I'm trying to say is I'm going to wear them in public, but not to go shopping, things like that. Not to benefit from it, basically. When I go for walks with my brothers, you guys have seen previous videos, hopefully if you're subscribed, if you've been keeping up with the channel, then you'd know I go for walks out in a big open area. And obviously these will be ideal for going for those walks and doing things that we do in the woodland. So obviously, like I say, not going to wear them to benefit from it, but I'm going to wear them to go for walks and things that I do in the nature, and you know, not get myself spotted so easily when we do things together, because obviously we are, me and my brothers go for those walks, or did go for those walks quite regularly. Yeah, that's going to conclude the video. Again, I don't iron these ones. There's no point. I don't wear them for, duty or anything. These are just for civilian use. So, yeah. Not much else to say about them, really. Like I say, I definitely recommend, if you do outdoor activities and stuff, then you get a pair. You can wear, you can buy a smock, you can buy the trousers and wear them at the same time, but I would not recommend doing it, in a public place, because, people, if you benefit from it that way, it makes you a Walter Mitty, it makes you, stolen valor. At the end of the day, do it in, when I say don't do it in a public place, I mean don't do it in supermarkets, because you're just going to look stupid. But if you go for walks with your dog, I know a lot of people actually wear their smocks and part of their uniforms when they go for walks and stuff in nature. Like me and my brothers, if you've seen the previous videos, we go in woodlands and stuff like that. My brothers own MTP, various MTP things and woodland bits of kit. And you've seen the videos, I wear my desert tricolour bottoms and my desert shirt together. Now they are different, because the bottoms I wear are obviously US pattern, and the desert shirt I wear is obviously British desert DPM, which is a point. I'll do a review on that at some point. However, obviously it doesn't look like a uniform to any random Joe Blogs. However, if I was to wear my MTP trousers and shirt and smock in a shop, obviously people are going to think that I'm wearing uniform, when that's not what I'm doing, unless I'm actually wearing my uniform, which is a little bit different. But I rarely go in shops in uniform, because there's the whole personal security thing. So obviously you're just better off going to a shop in plain clothes, and wear uniform when you have to wear uniform, which is when you're on duty and on exercise and things like that. But yeah, so I will say it doesn't automatically count as stolen valor or Walter-Mitty, in my opinion, if you are literally wearing it for hunting, fishing, and things like that. It's if you are trying to benefit from it, i.e., you're wearing it to get money, you're wearing it for the attention. It is, stolen valor at the end of the day. A lot of people do it and they lie about service. I will only wear those things together when I go for those walks with my brother. And when I'm on my way on foot or on bike to go to my brother's to go for the walk with them, obviously my smock will be in my bag. I'll be wearing my trousers. That's kind of, it doesn't matter because I'm not wearing everything together, so it doesn't look like uniform. It is, a civilian wearing MTP trousers, basically. But so obviously when I'm on my way there, I will put my smock in my bag, wear my black coat. When I arrive, obviously, put my smock on, put my black coat in my bag, and so on and so forth. Nothing about that to me is Walter-Mitty because I'm not doing it for attention. I'm not doing it to benefit from it in any way. I'm just going for a walk with my brothers, and not many other people actually use the area that we go to. Every now and again you get the odd dog walker, and that's about it. But there's no one else really uses it, so there isn't really any way I can benefit from wearing those together and being a Walter, because at the end of the day, not many people there to see me. So yeah, I just thought I'd touch up on that at the end because a lot of people get a little bit worried. Oh, I can't wear these together because people are gonna. No, I would say you can wear them together. Just be careful where you wear them. Dog walking, to me, is perfectly fine if you're going in the woods and whatever. Fishing, a lot of people wear camouflage and things when they go fishing, so I would say, yeah. Hunting, if you've got a permission from someone to, do pest control on their land, rabbits, rats, wood pigeon, that kind of thing, then yeah, okay, wear it because it's kind of common sense. You don't want to be seen. You're there to sort a pest problem out. You're trying to hide, basically. So those, I would say, are fine. I wouldn't say you're going to be a Walter-Mitty unless, obviously, you're going to basically try and get a way to benefit from it. As I just said, a little bit of common sense. Don't wear them both at the same time when you're walking to or from your permission or your dog walk or whatever. I would carry them, I'd wear the trousers and carry the jacket separately in a bag or whatever, and then just change the jacket when I arrive, because it's a bit of common sense. Use your brain. You are going to look like a Walter-Mitty if you go in a shop wearing that together. So on your way, like I say, I'm not going to keep repeating myself. Wear them separate, and then obviously when you arrive, just change one of the items, whichever you want to do. I would suggest taking the jacket in a separate bag, because changing your bottoms in a, when you're walking a dog in a public place, perhaps where other people might be using the area, is going to be a little bit weird. But as I said, I will wear the MTP bottoms when I'm on my bike or when I'm walking to my brother's, and then change, obviously, my jacket when I arrive at the destination. But I've kind of dragged this video on for longer than I should have. Just wanted to throw that out there because a few people have actually asked me, obviously, can I wear this and this together? And it's like, yes, you can. Just don't benefit from it in any way. That is all I would say. Don't do anything where you'll benefit from it, because that is stolen valor. That is being a Walt. The most important one is, obviously, don't lie about service, because you will get found out. A lot of people are really smart to things like that now, and they actually can do research. So, yeah, as I said, that's basically the end of the video. Take on board what I said. You can wear them together in a public place, just obviously be careful. Don't wear them in the obvious places that I mentioned. so on and so forth. And I will see you guys in the next video. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, and stay safe in these current times.